Welcome to Kitchen 143. This is Chef Andrea Amado from the Epicurean Academy of Culinary Arts and Boulangerie 22. Today, I'm so excited to share with you this recipe. We're going to make bulgogi burgers with kimchi slaw. Now this class has three parts. The first one would be the kimchi slaw, the second would be our burger patty with bulgogi glaze, and third would be assembly. Let's begin. So we're going to start with our kimchi slaw. Now this is shredded cabbage that I've salted 10 minutes ago. So this is 200 grams of cabbage with 5 grams of iodized salt. Now the reason why I salted this is because I wanted the natural water, the natural juices of the cabbage to come out. So if you see here, there's a lot of liquid in the cabbage. You're going to dispose of this. You know, sometimes when you eat coleslaw and it's very watery, it's because of the excess water inside the cabbage, and we're getting rid of that because we want our coleslaw to be rich, creamy and chunky and not watery. So we salted it and we squeezed it, and after 10 minutes it's perfect. So now it's slightly wilted because the water we poured it out earlier. Now this recipe is very simple. We're just going to add scallions and kimchi, mayonnaise, and brown sugar. Now what's important here is you use kimchi that is fermented. By fermented, I mean a kimchi that is old na. Like the part of the pechay, it has to be slightly translucent. It should not be white. So this is kimchi that's been sitting in your ref for over a month. Now, if you did purchase fresh kimchi, what you do is you leave the kimchi out in room temperature for about 4 hours. That way it will ferment much faster. Okay, I'm adding mayonnaise. Now you can use regular mayonnaise or whatever is available in your ref, and brown sugar. Okay, so we're going to give this a nice quick stir. You can add kimchi brine. Some people would add kimchi brine, but for me, I like my coleslaw very creamy. I don't like it watery. And you can add more kimchi if you want a stronger kimchi taste. So here I am adding 100 grams of chopped fermented kimchi and about 5 grams of brown sugar. Okay, so if you can see, this kimchi is very thick and very creamy. It will not be watery because we took all the water out earlier when we added salt. See, first part is done. Okay, now so we're in our second part of our class, which is the burger patty and the bulgogi sauce. So my burger patty is 80-20, meaning 80% meat and 20% fat. So if you want the leaner burger, you can go with 90-10, but it will not be as juicy. So usually I would form my burger patties before I place them in the refrigerator or the freezer, and I will season it with salt and pepper before I pan fry it. Now it's very important that you season it just before you cook it. Okay, so now we're going to make our bulgogi glaze. Now we're going to add fermented soy sauce, Kochujang, I like adding Kochujang because it gives it that extra kick, but this is optional. So you just have to mash it in so it will be blended with the soy sauce. We're adding brown sugar, garlic, ginger, and sesame oil. Now, some people would use cornstarch to thicken it, but I prefer to naturally reduce the sauce. So we're going to be cooking this at low heat for about 5 to 7 minutes, depending on how thick the sauce is. And after it's reduced and it's slightly more syrupy, we will be adding our sesame seeds. So the burger, you cook it based on how well you want it done. Now you don't want to press the burger because the juices will go out, but because it's slightly curving, I just press on the side to make sure it kisses the hot pan. So for today, we're going to make 2 burger patties and we're going to glaze them in our Bulgogi Glaze before we assemble. So now here's the exciting part of our class. We're going to assemble our burger. So we're going to use Bulgogi 22's brioche bun. And the reason why this bun is so good is it's buttery, it's crunchy outside, and it's soft inside. Now you don't have to add any butter to this. It's very good already. So I sliced it and I toasted it for about 2 minutes. And then we're going to get lettuce. We're going to get, well, depending on what lettuce you have. I usually put lettuce to protect my bread from the slaw, the kimchi slaw or mayonnaise, because I like my bread crunchy. So we're adding slaw. Okay. So remember earlier we have our bulgogi sauce. And now what we want to do is add the sesame seeds. Now the sauce, if you can see, it got a lot thicker just by reducing it in low heat. Now we're going to just glaze our burger. And flip it down. And then glaze it some more on top. Now again, the Kochujang is optional. If you don't like it spicy, you can choose not to use it. Now another layer of lettuce. We'll choose the prettier lettuce. And tomatoes. Of course, if you can get salad tomato, it's much better, but with this pandemic, you know, we can only choose certain ingredients that's available. And our second burger, we glaze it again. And then we flip. Oh, this is so, it might be hard to eat, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. And then another layer of glaze on top of your burger. You want the glaze to go on the side so when you eat it, you can see the sesame seeds falling down a bit. Okay. And I am adding, this is pickled radish. It's yellowish. You'd usually see this bibimbap, in kimbap, other Korean dishes also. I like adding it for the crunch. Now, besides this, I like serving my bread with onion rings. Okay. So we're going to serve this burger with onion rings on the side. Of course, you can go with fries, you can go with anything you want, or you can eat it as is. And there you have it, double bulgogi burger with kimchi slaw.